Over 2 generations, our region has carved out a global reputation for transformation, first for cleaning up the smoky skies during Renaissance 1, and more recently for the economic comeback after the collapse of our industrial base in the 1980s. Delegations from across the country and around the world have come here to learn our story, with a group from the Silicon Valley itself expected to bring a delegation here this fall. It's made Pittsburgh the perfect backdrop for a global conversation about remaking cities, most recently the Remaking Cities Congress in 2013. Don Carter is director of the Remaking Cities Institute at Carnegie Mellon. He organized the Congress, and now he's edited a book about it. Welcome. Good to see you again.
Glad to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, so the title's apropos, Remaking Post-Industrial Cities, Lessons from North America and Europe. And for folks who don't remember the conference, the whole genesis of that and why you brought the world here to talk about these issues.
It was 25 years after the first conference, when Prince Charles actually arrived in Pittsburgh as part of a conference for the same issues. What was happening in Europe and in the United States with the loss of big industry in the Midlands in England. So Prince Charles was very interested in that, and he came to the United States and was part of that first conference.
I remember that big visit. That was a global event in Pittsburgh.
Senator Hines introduced him. It was a really big thing. And they were supposed to have other conferences, but nothing really happened. And after I retired from my Urban Design Associates company, I went to Carnegie Mellon, and I thought, we should have another one of those. It's like 25 years later, 2013, and reached out to Prince Charles. He agreed to be the honorary chair again. We brought delegates from both sides of the Atlantic and presented case studies. And out of that came an introduction to publishing for me, because publishers were very interested in the case studies that were at the Congress.
Okay, and hence the book. So they came here, they came to Pittsburgh, you know, and you heard all these case studies. How do you think our region is doing relative to other post-industrial cities in addressing some of the issues they talked about in 1988?
Well, I think Pittsburgh's done the best. You know, I'm a hometown guy, so you might say I'm speaking Chamber of Commerce language, but no, because I've done the research, I've been to the cities, I know what worked and what didn't work in each city. And Pittsburgh is looked to by those other cities as exemplary in terms of transformation in the last 30 years. There's just no doubt about it.
And what do you think? So what are the lessons they could learn here from Pittsburgh? What did we do better, or how have we been able to do better?
Well, I think right at the top of the list is dynamic leadership. In the 1980s, as some people may remember, we lost 133,000 high-paying industrial jobs. And it was gloom and doom. People were leaving, companies were leaving, all the jobs went to Asia. But the Allegheny Conference, the City of Pittsburgh, County of Allegheny, Carnegie Mellon University, and University of Pittsburgh put together something called Strategy 21 to diversify the economy. So there was a leadership factor, and there was a decision to diversify the economy.
And a real cooperation, public and private, working together to tackle this problem, right?
And I think that's a key to Pittsburgh, the public-private partnerships that we have. We have the Urban Redevelopment Authority on the government side. We have this huge philanthropic community that invests in quality of life initiatives. We have a business community that, since the 1940s, has worked very cooperatively with the government. People come here to learn those lessons, as you know, because you tour people here when they come, whether it's Silicon Valley or whether it's somebody from England, or I've hosted people from France. How did we do it? That's what they ask over and over again. How did we do it?
And that is kind of the secret. I wonder, though, obviously Pittsburgh has done it well, and maybe best of all, but is there reason to believe that there's a brighter future for a lot of these post-industrial cities looking ahead?
Yes, there is, but I think an essential part of these cities coming back is having an intellectual base. And so Pittsburgh is blessed with having Carnegie Mellon University and University of Pittsburgh are two of the largest research institutions in the United States. They generated last year $1.2 billion in federal research grants. And out of that becomes intellectual property, spin-off companies, and it attracts bright people to the city. So if you don't have a research university in your city, you probably are behind the 8 ball regarding that. But you might have other assets, quality of life, a low cost of living, whatever it might be. But I think that whole issue of the economy now being driven by universities and medical centers, and that's where Pittsburgh has been blessed.
No, we are. We're fortunate. It's a tremendous legacy in and of
Yes.
itself, and the region's ability to capitalize on it has been really astounding. The book is called Remaking Post-Industrial Cities, Lessons Learned from North America and Europe. I assume Amazon, BarnesandNoble.com.
Yes,
it's
yes,
out there,
it's
right?
out there on Amazon. You can buy it on Amazon. I think they discount it a little bit.
All right. Don Carter from Carnegie Mellon. Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
congratulations on the book.
Thank you, Bill.
And when we return, the high stakes for the future of our workforce due to the disparity in the performance of our schools, the problems and some progress when our region's business returns.